Hello, my name is Russell Scott from scottcarvings.com. I'm going to carve this sitting Santa as soon as I make all kinds of adjustments here. And this is the guy we're going to make. He's sitting with the little pouch in front of him. He's got a tree and there he is. Now this particular one, as opposed to this block of wood, I think I made this one just a little bigger. So I got my pattern, and I'm sure you will have yours by this time. So I'd made the pattern according to the block according to the pattern. I do have an anomaly there. Let's hope that's not going to ruin anything. Again, let's keep making the adjustments. Maybe move forward. As I know, as I get carving, I'll be carving like carve, and so, all right. There. So I'll try to keep it in frame as much as I can. And just as I got started, here comes the cat. Just thought I'd let you know, just in case if you see some dark gray fur come on the screen. Now where was I? So the difference here that I'm going to try is, I think, and that's what I try to do with this pattern here, is I got maybe too much roundness on the butt. If I leave a little bit, let's see what happens if I did. Okay, pattern, and as usual, let's start in on the pencil marks and where the beard is and where everything is. So here's the beard is around here. Make sure we got enough for the tree. Now things are kind of screwed up right now in this area, is that, as I've mentioned before, is that make sure we tilt it. The head is tilted and turned. Is that we have contractors coming in, putting in the windows, and they're kind of taking their time at it. And where's the gloves? Around here-ish. And the shoes. Now what I did with the boots, see, I turned them out just a little bit. And we'll be doing that, but we got to put them in the first place. And I've got the boots a little bigger than they should because, oops, I want to make sure that I got enough for the bag. And we'll be whittling down. I think I like that I got the boots a little smaller. And I'll be working with that. I'll work with it and make sure that I have enough for the bag, what do you call it, the fluff of the bag, or maybe a little higher. And there's the hand, pardon me. Let's go on the side. Let's do this side here. Usually I like to find the shoulder first. Usually. Yeah. Now the thing that's interesting, that the shoulder and the arms are kind of almost the same level. I think that's just the way that it'll work. I'll play with it a little later. But at least I got the hardware in. Get the lumber in using hardware on it. What will happen is that the arms will bend in. That's why it looks like we got too much forearm here. We'll work with it. in the pattern. I think the pattern will be a lot better that I give you. But as long as we have that in, make room for the boot. And then right about here, you can always come back, is the coat bottom. Same with the back the other side. I like this one better, this side better. Here, where's the shoulder? Hope we got enough light and everything. Like I say, I just wanted to keep going. Tis the Christmas holiday season, and this is the time to get these Santas going. And like I did, was it last year? Oh, was it this year that I did some in January, February? Because then, then I got more time, and that'd be the time I always say for you to carve your Santas is when you got that extra time, because right now you're too busy carving a ton of carvings for your kids and grandkids and all of that. So, but I'm doing this right now. Oops, backwards. Tis the season to be doing this. As of now, it is what, December 3rd, and turkey is already just got a little bit of turkey, Thanksgiving turkey left. Turkey and dressing. Everything, taters are gone. The gravy is gone. The biscuits are gone. The only thing that's left is some. Oh, we got plenty of soup, of course. Who doesn't have soup? And plenty of it. Where's my soup? And then have enough room for the tree. Oh, I forgot to put the tree in on this side. That's because I don't have, I gotta make sure. Now the tree will cover a good chunk of, again, it's always about getting started. Putting in the right things. Now here's, because what's going to happen is this is all going to come back. So actually the hand is going to be here, and a lot of this will disappear. I want to make sure that I have got plenty of wood for these things. I can always adjust. It's always getting started. Getting started. Let's make the, maybe make the tree a little bigger. Okay, which line am I on here? That's sometimes my problem, is just getting started. All right, I am going to, the first thing I always do, let's put my cuticle glove on. I just, this glove here, in fact, you probably saw it in the last video. It is starting to wear, and so now it's going to graduate into my second glove. But before I do, I want to take some roundness off, and I might have a feeling this is going to be a hard piece of wood. Make sure I sharpen the tools. Yeah, it has that hardness. Now I want to be careful. The shoe, I'm just going to just trim it just enough. So the reason why I do this is so when I handle it, it doesn't too uncomfortable while holding on to it. So I'd like to take, now here, this can be rounded pretty decently. Just take a little bit off there. I'm trying to wonder how the sunlight is. Right now it's a hazy day. So I got most of the windows open. I got the others got this weird foil bubble wrap-ish stiff. It's pretty good for holding out the cold, but I don't think it's going to hold out the below zero, which is not here yet. It's getting there. I think the coldest we got like is about 6 degrees. That's still pretty darn cold. So I want to make sure that I leave enough room for the tree. So it is kind of difficult to get in here. So let's just do this. Let's do this. The tree is much bigger. We can always trim back because the arms are going to come in. And when he's holding something, it's difficult. Let's do the easy one first. And that's just his hand, where his hand is just sitting there. Make the boot a little smaller. How small do I? Oh, look at this. Even my bigger. Woo! Let's get the. I just saw a nice little comics thing for writers. I'm also a writer, novels and stuff like that. And there's a pencil is on the line, is on the phone. With on the other end is the other end of the pencil, which is the eraser. And the pencil was saying to the person on the phone, I got to get back to you. I'm talking to my editor now. And so we're doing some editing here. Gee whiz, can't you be a little more prepared? I kind of would like to, but like I said, I like to get these things out. It's all a matter of getting started. Now, I would like to, what did it do with my, I never brought it out. That's why I never, where is he? Right there, big V. This is about, it's definitely a 60 degree, I don't know, about 10 mil. You know, people ask me about what tools you use. Sharp tools. It's kind of, I do have a stew-by guy in Faribault there as our the Willocks, and I do have a link to him on the video. I can feel that this is a tough piece of wood, even though so far it's going fairly good, fairly easy. Now the hand, I still want to less than, so I got more towards the bag, because since this hand is really relatively doing nothing, so there's no real, I mean, we still want the shape of the hand. And I would bring the shoulder up a little bit here. Let's put this in. This in. Same here. That is just above. I'm going to keep this little extra wood here because we got the tree stump coming through. All right. While I'm doing this, my latest video is Festival of Trees in Rochester, Minnesota. That's what we do, is our Rochester group, we get together and we have a tree where the skirt has whatever and the tree has ornaments, and people would purchase them and the proceeds will go to a charity. And so I got that up, and it took me a while to get it. If you're one of the first ones to try to look at it and then you try to come back and it's gone, is because I had to take it down. In fact, twice, because it said, hey, you can't use this because it's got some copyright material on it. What the heck is that? I didn't see any. And then I saw there's some trees that had the Grinch. And I thought, maybe that's it. Doesn't like the Grinch. So I take the Grinch out and I tried it again. Nope. You got... Till finally it said, and it said this Christmas music. You know, and these people use by this artist that I've never even heard of, singing this song that I never even heard of. And what was happening, it was over the loudspeaker while I was filming, and it caught that. And so now the final product is that YouTube would provide and did provide some music that's copyright free, and that's what I did. So I would like to have had the sound of people milling, but can't have that because we got Christmas music going on. Okay, this is good enough to get oh, pencil. Ooh, it rolled over there. Comes and goes back. Now remember, it's tilted. His head is tilted and turned. We'll get there when we get there. We'll just round this up a little bit and keeping that in mind. And so I'm going to leave this alone here. I'm going to round first and try to put the like I said, you want to put about a 45 degree-ish angle. So let's kind of start on that. I mean, everything else is pretty easy. As soon as I get the shoulder in, then I'll put the arms. I wait until I get these shoulders in, because when you go from elbow to shoulder, goes in. And all our carvings, all my carvings, should be yours too. So let's just kind of round things off a little bit. I'm going to get to kind of working that triangle. And let's see if I can get some of this out of it. Oh, good, it's coming out of it. Well, mostly, but that's the beard. And like I said, I'm going to... Yes, this is relatively hard, but it's still coming off okay. Now, mind the tree. I would like to have the tree to come out quite a bit more. Now, this is a number 5 that I use, this chisel, at about 25 mil wide. Now let's have as much of that tree as possible. We can always trim the tree. Yes, we can always trim the tree. Let's bring this out a little more. Yeah, you can hear it, that high pitch. That is a hard piece of wood, but it's going okay so far. Now this is sticking out more, so that's what we want to do. Now what you could do in a place like this, pardon me, is get out a nice number 11 is my favorite, followed by the 9. It used to be the 9. Just to pull the sound of banging. All I'm doing is taking wood out. There's no real shaping or anything going on right now. That's what I like to do, is just quite a bit of shaping. Oh, he's coming out. Oh, he's way coming out. Yeah, he's going around the shoulder, because the shoulder is still going to come in. So what I'm doing right now, when I bring the shoulders in, most of this will go away. But this is for the sake of getting rid of lumber for now. Whoops, lost my grip on it. Losing my grip. Now this kind of comes back just a little bit. So I'll bring the tree out a little bit. at the same time trying to get, now what I got for the hat here, this is the little ball on top. I'm just going to make it easy instead of having the ball come down. You can if you want to. This is just making things a little more easier. And again, we're working our way to bringing this to an angle. I'm not going to count on getting rid of that. I got to be careful where I fling that. Ooh, I flung that in. I got a heater going on. That's one of those heaters where it's not air force. It's just a, what do you call it? A bar, a golden bar. And I have chips in there before, and it smells like a fireplace. I mean, that's the good news, as long as it doesn't catch on fire. Hold on. Yo, where'd that come from? Anyways, so we're beginning to get some shape. Let me bring this down a little bit, just so we can take a look at it. See, it's starting to shape quite a bit. Pencil, carving pattern. How's the upside down? Any kind of work? Like I said, we can always trim the tree. Put that line in there, triangle. And we'll use our V tool. Shape that triangle a little bit. There we go. And of course, what's going to happen here is you see the hand is sticking out from the tree there. So now pretty soon I'll be picking up the knife, but this is what I use for heavy, I want to say power carving. I'm putting power in it. All right, now I can see things a little better here now that we're cutting away some of this. Here's the head. For the head, oops, let me put that in. Even though there's quite a bit around it in the back here. Yeah, that's easy. The back is going to be relatively easy. I want to get the arms, elbows, tree, and head lined up. Now that I've formed that. And here's the thing that's interesting. After I form this like this is the hair that's going to be hanging down. So therefore, I'm not going to work with that elbow yet. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get rid of that knot. And this turned a little bit. Like I said, I'll get into there later. I'm still interested in getting this together. I want to take off a lot of the saw marks with quite a bit of shaping. And then I'll pick up the knife. In fact, I think I'm losing the sharpness already on this chisel. And that's what I want to do, is just to shape a little bit, and then I'll take the knife where most of the lumber is gone. Now the thing that's very interesting that's kind of scary right now, even though this is according to pattern, it almost looks like the head is getting too thin. And it's not that the head is getting too thin, it's that this part is too wide. Even though the head is tilting this way a little bit, I still want to leave some lumber for that. I think it's getting close to getting into the knife. Now before I put the chisels down and start working with the knife, let's do a little bit here. A little bit of shaping here. Yeah, the Christmas movies are already coming out. And I'm not talking about at the theater, which it is so, but got the box down of videos, even though I'm on Roku and Disney and all of that, so I've got to almost the point where I'm spending time going through Roku and the like and Disney and all that because I'm too lazy to go stand up and go to the box and let's see if it's on Disney or somewhere else. I'm just shaping this a little bit. Using this chisel to shape, not only sharpen, but to shape. And I'm turning into, this is almost like an L tool, turning into the bag, but not the foot. And again, before let's just round the bag a little bit. And just like that, we're starting. Everything else will kind of fall into place, basically. Okay, no, before I put this down, I'm going to shape the elbows. Why do I always call it elbows? The shoulder from the elbow. See, the elbow sticks out, and the shoulder goes down from the elbow. So just like that, what we just did. See, well, still a little bit of it. I think, watch, get the thumb out of the way. There's a little bit of prying there I did. I think I got it in okay enough. And then let me take a little bit off. So this is just, again, just the roughing it out is what we're doing. And we're not taking really away from the hand that much, which we are, because it's got to go back. And I want the bag, top, fluff, whatever you call that, to be sticking out this way more. So if you don't have a chisel like this, I suggest you should get one. It really helps the blocking out, or the roughing out, if you will. Where you can put all that power down when it comes to getting rid of wood. I'm just going to pretend it's not there. Now this, I do have the elbow going in. So the shoulder going in. Jesus, I'm like an animal that just on something and which just won't let go. Until I realized I was going to tell you I'm getting close to letting go of the chisel and moving on, but I want to get working on the back here for a while. It just occurred to me. Same with back here. Right there. Now it just seems I'm not getting a cold or anything, but for some reason I'm getting congested or something. I think I got something in my nose. Probably one of these. Oops. See if we're going to have a fire. Now I'm going around. Take some of this off for the roundness. Just taking a lot of the lumber off. Not too much here. Didn't want to round it too much. Yes, it is amazing how much lumber you can take off with a nice chisel, sharp chisel, wide chisel. That's why it's kind of really hokey and really not very clean cuts. It's just, I am in the removing wood stage. And the thing is that now I'm making a video, so I need to make it as pretty as possible. I mean, I do like to dive in, even though it's very chippy and stuff. It just goes to show that you don't have to be perfect till near the end. But the other thing is I'm trying to do this fast enough to make a video of a reasonable amount of time. Take a little bit of this out, just a little bit, but over here a little more. Oof. And so things are just starting to happen here. Things are just starting to happen. Thumb out of the way. And look at that. We got that roughed out pretty nicely. Now we shape the tree a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Maybe I should learn to make clean cuts each time I even take the chisel that I'm in the process of just chipping away wood. I think I may have mentioned it before in some of my other videos is to make it, all your cuts should be clean, even though you're not done. But now what I'm going to do here, since the head is turned, then therefore this is the flatter part of the head, And that's the flatter part of that. And that's okay for this to be flat because we got that, we'll have more room for the, more wood for the tree, except that he is turning this way a little bit. So we can make this more flat. Then therefore, this part should be flat. It's not so much the head, a little bit of the head, of course, but the whole figure here. I did get into my glove with that. No, no cut. Since the head's going to be coming back, I still want some for that ball on top, so be careful with that. Now I think I'm relatively done with the chisel. I'll come back with it once in a while. All right, I'm back. Had to take the furnace off and take a layer off, and I think I was sweating. I think that's what the problem was. Now, what was that line that I put in there? Was that the nose? Or was that the hat? I think we're going to have to bring the hat up a little more. Whoop. I'm going to go a little bit more free-handed here than with the, I don't say creating a new carving, but, oh, since this is going to come down here, then this is going to come back up. And if that's so, then this should be the tuft fur. That should continue on. Remember, that goes up. And if that's so, then I'm going to keep this. I think we'll be all right with this. May have took a little too much off. I think it's the head that turns. The shoulder will be fine. All right. Let's see, turn. Let's get the editor out. Sorry, got to edit it. There, straighten the table, firm up the table a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, I want to do it a lot of it, but it won't. Turn and like that. And this should be going to, so this should be the highest point as it goes down. But it's the higher it goes up this way. No, it isn't. This is the highest point. Now, if that is so, then the eyes will be here and the nose will be here. Now, again, a lot of this will go away. I'm just trying to get the feel of this. There's the cheek and the mustache. And then here's the mouth. Yeah, I think I'll be all right with it. Now the thing I did bad on this, I'm going to try to, hopefully I can get, is you see the mouth? How the mouth is sticking out like that. He's like he's giving somebody lip. I think the definition of giving a lip means he's talking too much, but let me see if I have to lift things a little bit here. Nope, I think I'm good. Looking things over. The tree is coming in. I think I could take off a little bit here because I want to make sure I pencil this in. And if the tree comes down like this, Make sure you have enough of that. Now this is going to come in just a little bit, so some of this tree is going to disappear. See, things are looking better. Things, when you start taking wood away, now when it's time to make adjustments, it's much easier than just even from a cutout. So just do a little bit of this right now. That hand may come in a little more, but let's do this now. Let's commit to this now. Well, that's all going to come in some more, but put my pencil here. Make sure don't get rid of that. Shape this a little better. Yeah, it does. Once you start cutting things away, then things look a lot easier. Well, let me see if I can use my knife now, because this is going to be going in the wrong direction. Here, let's just for the sake of taking lumber off, we'll come back to going in the wrong direction. How's it looking? There's a little better. Tree might be a little too wide, but like I said, wrong direction here, because I want to have the hand sticking out from the tree. Now things are a little more cleaner. Things are a little more easier to see. Round this a little bit. Just take the saw marks off. And I want to be careful because I don't have pencil lines to tell me what to do. Now, pencil is not particularly the rule. You can pencil something in and no, I want to take a little more off, and no, I want to leave a little bit more in. But in here, in this case, therefore, this has to disappear or take away from. Yeah, I think the hardest part is the tree to hand. So, and I don't know what's harder, that or the feet. We'll find out when we get to the feet. In the wrong direction. Uh-oh. It is summer tanager o'clock. We just, me and Lynn found it. Was that you could tell how old somebody is, or grandmother or grandpa is when they one of those clocks that got bird sounds in it. Well, there, let me tell you, Sonny. You know, and all of that, you know what the worst part is? Tanager o'clock is noon o'clock, and it's actually 11. I haven't got round to fixing that since daylight savings. I just left. Oh, I'm really doing well. I mean, 'tis the season to be so. I mean, a lot of other people, they're really full of stuff that they have to do. Me, of course, this is the carving, and I'd like to get this done. I do like to get this. It's because it is the season of carving Santas, and I love carving Santas in the Christmas season. So this is not, and I'm okay with January, February. I know, yes, I should be carving other things, cowboys. I'd like to get back into cowboys. And the other thing is Civil War. I'd like to get back in that. Civil War. My brother just recently commented on one of my sites, or actually the site with the carving hay grit I got. And if you get on there and you see comments, that's my brother. He's got a site himself. I've said it many times. Ventures with the Marines, and he goes out and does this hammocking and in the middle of the woods and in the winter and summer and all that stuff. And he says, well, when are you going to carve a Marine? Well, I was kind of thinking about that. I prefer like a World War II Marine, or probably a Korean War Marine, or that's what my dad was, a Marine during the Korean War. And if you're familiar with Floyd Radigan's pattern, he's got a book. He's got rough cutouts too. I know he's got roughouts of them, of the soldiers. And one of them was, a World War II soldier. I remember when I told him I want the Marine, and he reached for the Marine that was in the Marine, what do you call it, the dress blues or whatever you call it. If you're a Marine, you're like, oh, you're rolling your eyeballs back. What the heck? The dress uniform. But then the Army was, he had the like he was out on patrol or something. And I said, I want the Marine. And he gave me that. And no, the Marine. No, that's a soldier. And it kind of looked the same. So I'm kind of interested in like a World War II Marine. I'll probably give that a try. I'm still trying to fix this here a little bit. Remember, this is a little flat. Now things are starting to shape. Now that we took a lot of crap and pucky off. Let's see it. I'll put some of this back in, make sure we don't lose too much of it. I'm sure I'm going to lose what I just put in, because what I'm aiming for is to get that line at an angle. See, that's starting to go away. It's okay if it's in the beard, because when I paint, the beard has, has a dark. What I do is, actually Lynn does the base. She puts the like a dolphin gray or some kind of a gray brown at the bottom, and then you kind of dry brush the white on top. And so that's being dark like that, so we could say, hey, that's what I wanted. I still want to keep a lot of this. I'll keep bringing this back in. I think if I lose it completely, oh, that goes right there. If I lose it completely, I still can get it back. And if it's off by a little bit, well, but this is relative, not what I just wrote on there. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Well, and I had a little bit, just shaping this a little bit. Now it's getting a little more cleaner. Oh, he's just about gone there. I want to be careful I don't cut too much. Okay, pencil. And I'm just going to put this in. Like I said, I did like I believe the eyes were here, the nose were here, and then there's going to be the mustache, there's the cheek, the mustache, and make sure they'll be a little bit, yeah, they're still pretty good. Because then what's going to happen is I got this ball on top, and that's why I got a little too much here, because when we put that ball up there, let's put that ball, it's going to have this little bit of a thing like right here, maybe a little here. See, all that is going to disappear. All of this, a lot of that is going to disappear. And you know what? While I'm on it, let's do that right now. While I got the gumption, where is my chisel? Where did you go? Where? Oops, that's what I'm doing. Got my L tool, cutting away from the ball. And make sure that my hand is out of the way. The thing that helps is that I think about carving or taking the chisel and going so far. I mean, not put it in there and then just let it fly. I've seen some that just put the chisel down and just let it fly. Sure, the chips are flying, but you don't want your fingers to go flying either. And I just want to use this a little bit here. This will help more than a knife. This is taking this off in there is what I'm trying to do. I probably could take the knife to it. Okay, let's take cuticle glove off. It's getting closer to me, so I better, it's just an extra, there we go. Now we don't go, yeah, I won't go too far. This is too close. Yes, this is my normal, if I had no camera, this is what I'd be carving. It's like right here. So still, this is still reasonable. Now I do like that, unless you want to just use your knife and start cutting away with the knife. It's just, I like to get those chips flying. Stop cut before we push too hard. I do like to just really get in there and almost like within minutes from a cutout or a block of wood, you got something that's more reasonable. And because of that, now we're able to take the knife and we can see better. See how this is getting more rounded? Because this is a little flat back here. Let me separate that. Separate that. Just a little bit. While we're on rounding, I'm going to take quite a bit off in here. See, now we're shaping. And you could do, especially if you took classes from other people or other videos, is that they prefer the knife and it's probably a little more smoother. But like I said, I just love to get rid of chips right now. Now, if this is penciling, because this is just a hand that he's got resting on his boot. And I still want to make a little more than what I think. So if this is here, and then here's the tuft here, then if we put this in here, I think we could get a little bit of this going on. Now it's starting to shape. Sometimes I like to use the flat edge of the V tool to cut stuff away. Oops. Same here, L tool. We want to keep the hair, take away from the shoulder, not the old boy. Oh, here. I did get that started with the L tool. Getting underneath that. Now I want to, this is a detail, after I trim this a little bit, one detail that I like to do is to put, it's not a detail, it's just put this crease in, and it's not particularly detail, it's more, well, it is a detail, but it helps me round the arm, the upper arm and the lower arm better, just to get it started. In here, while we're at it, just to round this, we're rounding the arm. Oops. Still rounding. So kind of rounding the arm is still kind of rounding the head a little bit. I'm still going to probably make the, yeah, see how a knife doesn't cut away as much as the chisel does when you want to cut away a good chunk. A little bit of smoothing just to get the feel. Now the thing is, we're going to go from elbow in, so a lot of that's going to go away. That was just a kind of a feel. See now how the elbow, from the elbow to the arm is coming in, forearm is coming in. And what's going to happen, I'm pretty sure I'm going to shrink that arm a little bit, like I have here. But I'm just leaving the lumber, just getting the feel. This is what I'd like to do, is get a feel from block out to rough out to getting it going and making it look, instead of just simply taking, here's what you do. You take this knife, you cut this much off, there you are, done. Here is just to get a feeling for, especially if you have a cutout from one of the magazines, and just still, even then, it's like, how do you get started? And most of the time, is you're feeling your way in there, is what you're doing. And that's what I want you to understand. A lot of carving, even if you got a pattern, even if you got a video, a lot of times it is about just feeling. And remember to keep that. And you think you got enough off? Well, let's take some more off if you need to. This comes in and this comes around. Oops. Uh-oh, look at it. I know I did. I thought I did that one. When I said Alt, now here. Don't be afraid of just feeling around on that piece of wood when you're not 100% sure. I do that a lot when I do drawing. And people draw, it's like, look at this blank piece of paper, and I don't know, they get all the, you know, the anatomy and dimensions and all of that for you, but still, you just gotta keep playing with it. Even the big time artists, painters from long ago, I think I mentioned that people use some x-ray on some of these paintings to find out that it's been changed. He thought it goes this way, but as soon as you see it, then you can have it go the other way. And I think that's the same here with wood carving, is what you got to get to feeling it. There's even times when even doing these videos, that I'm carving away and I almost feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But as soon as you start chopping away, now this is looking more reasonable. And the marks that cuts that I'm putting in now is more reasonable. But I knew some of the major concepts that I knew is that the shoulder is going to go in, and from the elbow to the forearm was going to go in, where the elbow is going to stay out. That's one of those things when you do stuff like this, is to understand that. And when it comes to doing human figures, I'm going to just take some away here. I'm not sure if I'm going to shape the foot yet. I might. So still in the process of taking some away. And what I would like to do is cut here and here. So I'm trying to make the bag more round down there, down the bottom. And of course we will cut away. Or here, I'm sorry, this is the way it should be done. I'm trying to keep, this is the best way to cut is when you get the edge. I got to get out of doing the tip. See, the right way should have been this way and this way. See, it's much more cleaner. So like I said in my other videos, is that it's a more flatter the blade. Okay, be careful here. Instead of like this, the flatter or the more edge. And then sometimes you can't hear, I got to use the tip. Try to put a little bit of the flat edge on of the tip. Now there's going to be, you see that rope? Oh, there you are. The rope, that's going to go in there. I'll just kind of leave a little bit for now. Just my way of making sure I don't forget. I could probably put some crease into it. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I should. Just enough to commit to that. And there's, of course, way much more to go on, because what's going to happen is we're going to go down, this is going to come across, and it's going to go down like that. So that the rope is tightening that in. If it's tightening, then this has got to go in. And then this has got to go in. Oops. Flat edge as much as you can. Flat edge. Much cleaner. All right, I'm going to leave that. I think that might be a bit wider than I want. It'll be still okay if I leave it that way. A little bit of the roundness of the shoe or the boot. Same with over here. Now this one here, we have to remember we got the tree stem. So again, this is in. That's in this way. Okay. So let's go over on this side. Oh boy, he's got problems. Well, let's fix it then. Now here's the thing I wish I would have had. Here, I'm going to take a little bit of this off, because I want to, if the head is turned, so we got a second chance here. I want to round this. So this is higher, because remember the head is tilted a little bit. In fact, the head is tilted a lot of it. Therefore, come down. Okay. L tool into the elbow, away from the hair. And come up. actually in this case come down. Do some more shaping. Here comes cat. Let's shape the head a little bit while we're here. Oop, buried the tip. Yeah, she wants some kind of affection or something. I don't know. Pay attention to her. I do talk to her a lot. I would talk to her and then she would talk back. Well, not talk back in a negative way. Yeah. What are you doing today? Meow. What you gonna do today? Meow. What are you doing? Meow. I got her doing that, and I suppose because of that, now we're bosom buddies or something. Now I gotta always talk to her. Yeah. Am I right, Ethel? Yeah. Yeah. I found out mostly I have to talk to her while at a distance. She's close to that. That's kind of rare for her to meow while I'm right next to her like that. Okay, again, we're going to bring the shoulder to elbow. Okay, things are starting a little better now. Look a little better now. Like I said, if I do something like this, now if he's holding on to that, I might have to straighten that out, because if this comes down like this, and then here's, now see there's a distance between here and here. Make sure it's relatively the same. Here to here. Same with here to here, here to here. It's kind of the same. Now, we're going to go under the impression that maybe the shoulder is here, but then the shoulder, now the head is tilting, but the body isn't. So therefore the shoulder, his real shoulder's up here. So this is covering, the hair is covering down to his arm a bit. Again, now the same from here to here, here to here. I'm gonna just a little forward, a little bit. Hopefully by doing this we'll lengthen it. Now here it's different. This, I want this arm out a little bit because he is trying to hold on to the tree, and the tree is next to him. Therefore, the hand and arm will be out more. Where here he's just simply resting his arm. Yeah, this is this model here, and yeah, you can look at it. It's just going to hopefully maybe a different version of it. I'm sure when this is done, I'm sure things are a lot different. So therefore, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to commit to this relatively. Use my L tool, take out some of the hand, leaving some of the fur. L tool away from the fur to the coat. Oh, gotta hold on to Santa, or he's gonna go away. I think you want to go back to the North Pole. No, you gotta wait till we're done. Yeah, we don't have an elf on the shelf. We got Santas on the shelf. That's why I got a lot of my Santas on our shelf. Waiting for customers. So if we did this, then let's do this. I think I'm going to bring this down just a little more. Because what happens is, I think I should have, is that this will, let me see, did I do that? Yeah, see, that is sticking out a little more than I would like to, because see what happens is, if you're sitting there and you're holding on to it, and this stick comes down, when the stem or the stump or whatever comes down, well, it's going to kind of hit into this, the fur, but that's okay. Fur is cloth, so therefore this tree stump will win over that fabric. Here I didn't pay that much of attention, but I think that's going to be kind of okay. You know, let's just call it folk art. Okay, now rounding a little bit. Mind the direction. Mind the direction. Oh, the direction is this way. Now that's going to bring the tree out a little bit more. The more we can bring that tree out and you can paint, the more, I mean, the tree, usually the eyes, when it comes to Santa, the eyes and the faces is what people are looking at. But that tree, in this case, the tree is a focus. Get out of there. Get out of there. I'll have to bring this up a little bit. So how's your football team going right now, according to this video? And unless you're not watching this, how's your baseball team doing, depending on when you're watching this? Just trying to hold some conversation. Now the other thing here, I might keep this. This is by mistake. I might forget. You notice how if I go down the center, how the tree bows back, and that might be okay as a maybe folk art-ish style, how the tree bends and adds extra, you know, movement, comedy, whatever you want to call it. Here, while we're at it, I missed this here, and that'll drive me nuts, so I better get it now. And of course, a lot of this, when I get into doing detailing, I'll fix all of that. Now let's round this. I think we're just going to round this a piece, just a little bit, just enough to show roundness. And I think, again, I might come back and make that a little thinner. Not sure. Watch the boot. You can do these. You can do to boot a little bit, maybe a little bit, because it's still square. I think I got more boot on this side than this side, so I'm going to fix that. I think I'm goofed up. You probably saw that, and when I was comparing it, I said it was okay. You were saying, ugh. Oops, oops. Mind the direction. Now this, the tough, how did I do here? Oh, I got underneath the tree a little bit. Oh, can I do that? Get it underneath the tree where the tree comes out. Well, that's obvious. Didn't pay attention to that, so the tree, be careful. The tree, where this goes in, and this in, have the tree come out. I guess I'll pay more detail on that, attention to that when I get into detail. And I just want to round this a little bit. Be careful. So here I want to separate here from the tree, from the stump, or branch. It is a stump, actually. If that is a whole tree, then that's got to be a stump. come at an angle. There goes the cat. Now his hand is back with the tree, so I'm going to have to take quite a bit of this off. See how the hand comes back? Did I do that there? Yeah, I did do that. Hand came back. Oops. But the tree has to be on top. Here, let's do that now. That's what I got is this. So let's do this now. I know it's detail, but it'll help me prevent me from carving too much if I come back. There we go. The tree is on the top. Oops, come on. Tree is on the top. A little more shaping, or in this case rounding. In this case this way. Because we want, now even though, here's the thing, two sides of the coin here. Whoops. Is that, now this hand does not have anything in his hand. This one has a stump, so this one should be bigger. But this shouldn't be much bigger and this tinier, so it's almost the same except knowing that he's got a stick in his hand. Now, what I've always said before is, with the hands, is you choose which is the smallest, you finish it, and then you make the bigger one the same as the little one, which is true, except in this case, he's got a stick, so he's going to be bigger. Let me cut this in. Okay, so there's still more roundness to go here. I might just stop for the sake of moving on. Now, like I said, I screwed up the boots. Now, the boot is kind of thin here. Is that too thin? I wonder if, is there some way I can fix this? And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go forward doing this. And I'll have to fix it later if it is not good. So again, the L tool. So let's pretend that is a boot. Now I know it's going to go in. Now this will go away because it's going to go in. I'm just going to have to worry about that later. Same with this. Here's the L tool. Away from that coat. L tool away from the fur. So I think we're somewhat back on track here. L tool, whoops, away from the coat. Let's go this way. Going in the wrong direction. And this one here, I think it's this way, sorry. Into the pants, away from the fur. And same thing, let's round this off a little bit. Now I want to watch the boot. Stay away from the boot for right now. I mean, there's still roundness. It's going to happen. Oops. I hate it when I bury the tip. Okay, so there's some roundness going on here. A little bit of separation here, more separation, more. Now when we come to the details, especially when I'm doing picking at it, this is what I'm doing a lot of. And I think you've seen them a lot of my videos. See that? Oh, nice shadow. That's sharp. I won't do it now. Or no, all around. I'm just going to give you one more little demonstration here. Is by doing that. That adds. See that shadow line? Ooh. So I'm going to forget that for now. But, well, it's the same thing here. I'm going to do this just for the heck of it. Because I'm going to come back in the back and on the coat. I'm just doing this, even though a lot of this is going to go away. See, look at that shade. Even though there's quite a bit of cleaning to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back here. Oh, did I do this side yet? Yeah, I did start to put some roundness in. I'll come back. The coat back. Now like I said, he is going to be sitting. Now I think there's going to be a lot more roundness going on. Now he does not, you could put a belt in him. I'm deciding I might do that. Oops, deciding I might do that because see, the buckle will disappear. So if you just put a couple lines, we might do that. That depends. That's what? Well, I'm not going to shape first. I got to do some shaping first. Shaping and taking some, oops, careful. Not only safety, when you put that knife in, and it's not going in. And of course, you want to put more pressure on it, of course. Watch where your hands and other digits are. Sometimes you may just have to take just a little piece off and then another little piece instead of having a big piece. Oops. So it's still not as round as his bottom, but I did cut off a little too much here. So let's fix it to fit that, which is fine because there's still quite a bit of roundness yet we can do. Oh, having trouble holding on to this thing, and not only holding on, but transferring from one hand to the other. Oh, well, for heaven's sakes, I'm gonna have to use a tip on this. Okay, because it's still a little too squarish, we could leave it that way, but not. I want it more rounder. Take the square off. As I try to tell people that, especially when they do faces, they're too square. The bodies are too square. Okay, let's put this in. This will be a V separating between the two. All right, let's see what would happen if after I put this in. After I put this in, how would this look with a belt buckle? Or a belt, not a buckle. How would this look, just for grins? It would have to be even. Get my editor out. And we could use some roundness of it. We could. let's use some roundness, so let's do that. Maybe not as much. How would that look? You know what, let's do that. All right, got to put my cuticle gloves on because I'm going to do quite a bit of chiseling here. Let's do this first. Now we're going to do this, the L tool. Away from the fur into the coat. Away from the fur into the coat. Now, you know what? I am going to have to put this close to me here, I think. No, I got it. I think I have more on one side than the other. I can always trim. Same here. Now I'm going to have the buckle. Now I'm going to do that. Have the belt out. Sometimes I have the belt in. Pull it in, but this one is more decorative, so wait. So I'm going to L tool away from. Away from. Oops. And with that, get all this out of the way. Now I can take my cuticle gloves off. See, it almost to the point where you say, wait a minute. If you use the L tool instead of V tool in here, you're kind of, now you're V tooling it. Well, maybe I am. I gotta, because I want this to come down. See, I want this to get that out of there. And so I want the fur to come out. Same with the belt here. All right. Oh, think about having a round, sort of short, stubby, round guy like this. It's hard. It's not so much to hold, but to transfer. And you know, the thing I neglected to mention, this is a good carving for your little stubby pieces. You know, when you have a, you know, whatever, 18-inch and, or let's put it like a 12-inch and you wanted something that's only 8 inches and now you got this little stubby piece. I'm going to try to do that more, the stubby piece stuff, you know, hopefully. I got a couple more in the wings here. I got a from block of wood, and you know that's always same as what I was talking about here with the rough out. Is it's kind of almost difficult to get in to figure that out. Now what do I want to do? Do I want to keep that like that? See how the belt is at an angle like this, or do I keep? You can either keep it that way or make the belt straight. I don't know. Because his body turns, so the belt should turn. So maybe I shouldn't have done this. Or maybe I'll just straighten it a little bit. And I got a big belt here. Aim for a smaller belt. Now that's a little better. But I still, excuse me, it's still rounded. Well, I'll come back to that. So it is more straight. You know, it's going to be better this way. There you go. Get the better light. And like I said, I wanted to have the belt out, so therefore is that a little better? Of course, that'll be more in detail and so on. I'll take my V and come in here again, the L tool. I still want okay. Bring this in a little more. See, everything is starting to shape a little more. Make sure to come down at this angle. And it's lunchtime, and I can feel my stomach starting to tell me that it's lunchtime, and I don't want to have my growling stomach be background music, as it were. But we'll come back fresh again. Maybe a little bit on the boots, and then we'll get into the face. Oops. And I'm trying to remember to sharpen my pencil, and of course I still have my WoollockWoodcarving.com. Chris Woollock's shop. I think it'll get to his. Oh, what is it called? Boy, if he's watching, he's like, well, you know what it's called? Wood Shack. Wood Carving Shack, Wood Shack. Uh-oh. But anyways, we are off to an excellent start. Like I said, lunchtime. We'll finish this for dessert. See if I can do this while I say goodbye. And, well, I guess it's not going to work. Timber! Take a nap, Santa. Okay, I'm back. And I think what I want to do is work on the face. And I think I'm going to lift up, see if the head is there, the eyes are here. Oh, I forgot to sharpen my pencil there, and this is like this. Yeah, I suppose we could probably keep it like that. I'm going to start with, again, using my L tool and going away from the hat to the head. Same here. Oops. I think that's going, the green is in the wrong direction, that's why it rips. That's better there. All right, same here. Now this is away from the fur into the top part of the hat. Oh, I seem to have lost my pencil mark. Let's see if I can work my way through here. I think I did. Yeah, green is in the wrong direction here, so it's ripping. Yeah, so it's going to be quite a bit different from this as far as the top part of the hat. Suppose we can make it smaller. Let's do that. smaller. Okay, same here. Again, this is kind of a stiff piece of wood. Uh-oh. Looks like our mark is back, and that's gonna, oh boy, I hope it ain't gonna hit the face. Okay, now that's shaping up a little better. Let's get the nose. So bottom of the nose. You know, I wonder if we were to just, whoops, just a little bit more. There, let's hope I can remember to stay in there. Oh, there's some more markings. Boy, I'll tell you, this is not a good piece of wood, but I've been fairly successful painting those marks away. It just said it's kind of a distractor here for the video. You know, I gotta do this just very quickly. I'm using the should we say never used part of this knife. There we go. That's a little better. Let's get that high line in. Let's bring this down a little bit. Now what I'd like to do is take a knife and go like this. Now I've done this before in my other videos, so I'm going to do them kind of quick. But I don't want to just stop the camera and say that's it. I still want to do this with the camera. There we go, a little sharper. Then I'm going to take away from the nose, back into the nose. Get that little chip out of there. Make this nice and wide, because it's gonna shrink. Almost guarantee it. And put the nostrils in. It's a 45-degree angle. Now let's play with the eyes a little more. Yeah, it'd be better if it. had a better piece of wood, but I mean, it's still possible. It's still doable, usable. Come over here. Now, later on, I will be using a number 11 in there, but I always like the control of the knife, getting the pieces of wood out first, and then the number 11 will help kind of smooth it out. Might want to be a little wider. A little wider. Oops. Got into the tree. Got the knife into the tree. Take some of that off in there. There. Good. That's what we got so far. Under the nose, and we took that off, and then we did the eyes, just getting it started, and then took the little off the nose, and then we just dug a little deeper. All right. Now let's see, everything else is relatively cut. Let me, should have done this before I put the video on. Just giving this as a quickie polish here. See, did that help? Okay, anyways, kind of doing a little bit of cleanup here, just a little bit. All right, I think the nose might be a little too wide here. Okay, that's a little better. Probably doesn't matter too much, except it just, I want it so we can get the, keep our bearings on it. Okay, I like to start down here. A lot of other carvers like to come up to the nostril when it comes to the cheek. The reason why I don't is I like a little bit more control of that. We're going to come back with a knife and round. Now, one of the things that I've done, I just kind of more discovered, well, when we round this here, and if I do the same over here, I like to turn it over because then I can see the roundness of the cheek. Instead of going this way with your pencil, you're coming this way. You're bringing it in. That face may be a little too big, but we're going to shrink it quite a bit. I think the mostly to get so I can get those big cheeks in. But we probably could still shrink it a little bit. Just a little bit. The mustache, I always like a good, happy mustache. Yeah, let's bring this around this way. Nice and round. Bring this over here. Oops. That isn't working out very well, is it? Okay, like the round part here, but then when I go like this is when I kind of lose the control when you do the pencil this way. And more control this way. Okay, I think I'm still going to put my cuticle glove on, even though it's a nice quickie here. In other words, L tool away from the face. Okay, and now here's a V straight up and down, because it's going to round both. I think I had it before where I have more for the cheek, in other words, away from the cheek. But it got to a point to me where straight up and down is okay. Now we go away from the mustache and into the beard. I think I might need to clean this a little this way for a little more. Ooh. That means I have to bring this up a little bit to match the other. I think when I take the knife, I'll be able to fix that. See, this is nice right here, but this got to be up. I think if I were to do this, it'll help. Well, the knife, I'm going to take the knife right now. And I'm going to go almost straight down and then out for the round cheek. See, like I did here. It's like almost straight down and then you come out. Same in this side, almost straight down and then you come out. Almost straight down. But the main thing is you come out for the cheek. Then we come back and we take that away. Now while we're here, let's do this. Like the tree would move the beard. So I want the tree as the priority, as it were. And we take that away, flip, and there we are. Okay, I think it's pretty decent. Maybe take a little bit of the tree away. Right there. We'll come back and do more details on that later. Okay, this way here. Now we're upside down, so we're going to round to here and then come almost straight down. See that went there? Now I want to take some of this away after the face is in. And I'm putting a curve to it. You see that curve? That's what I'm putting to this. So it's a scoop. I'll make sure I don't lose the tilt of the hat. So it's interesting, as we put the face in, everything else will reveal what we need to do. Again, I'm going to cut down on the tree, or not cut down, cut so it'll be more tree and less hair. All right. Now look at the back of the hat. See how it comes at an angle this way. But since the hat is going this way, so should the back of the fur. The back should be coming down also. I'm sure there's still a lot of odds and ends to do. Round and round. Oh, mustache. The mustache. Make sure that mustache comes out, and also the cheek comes out. We'll have to do some more cleaning. Where's my little smaller V I got hand? Let me see if that helped clean. Help cleans it. But I don't want it to be too mechanical. I want the imperfections. Let's round this a little bit. Okay, now I am going to, no, before I do that, let's take our chisel here, our number 9. This is like a, oh, I don't know, 7mm. And like I said, 40, I'm going to do this very quickly. I've done this so many times in my other videos. I'm like a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to up and then down. And up here like a frown. And then just a little bit of a smile. Come back and do a little bit of this. It'll bring the cheeks out more. We'll straighten it out a little more later. Now we come here again, 45-degree angle. I think I was too much on one side. I better do a little more on the other. Yep. Okay, now here's going to be a smile. Well, no, now a frown again. And now this will be a frown, in other words, upside down. Just a little bit. And then one of these. I remember I've done this when the old way of doing the eyes, I used the knife to try to show you that you want this dimple, temple. Of course, there's some more rounded to go. More rounding, the same here. Now the forehead a little bit. Nose, oh, we need this little nose thing here. Was it temple in the nose? Whatever that is. Now here, let's see how close I can get here. I'm going to do a little bit of roundness of the nostril. Roundness of the cheek. This is 3.3 slashes. Now you get, see how the cheek goes up to the nose. See, I like this more control. I think so. Instead of just starting off. Same here on this side. This I'm going to start with the cheek. Roundness of the cheek. So the roundness of the mustache. Now roundness of the nose. Now this is a simple nose. Get the roundnesses in. Now I want to do this before I get more into the upper part of the nose. I want to do this as a about a 20-degree angle straight down this way. 20-degree angle this way. So this comes almost to the point right here. Now I'm going to come in and just do this little scoop for the nostril, little scoop for the nostril. Oops. And then on top of that scoop, on top of that scoop. Now, it appears to be a little uneven. Just going to fix the upper part of the nose a little bit. Now there's quite a bit more adjusting to do. Get some more sharpness in there. This is where getting the visor on and getting a nice detailing knife in there. Now I'm going to round this right here. Round this right here. Again, there's much more detailing and fixing. This thing's done a little more fixing here. I think not so bad. Now I'm going to come up here because I want to put the mouth in. I think we could probably go deeper, but like I said, I don't want to be like this guy here where he's kind of giving you a little bottom lip there. Let's just a little bit more in. His head is back a little bit. Let's have a nice small V. That's straight up and down, it's V. Now I think we still need more. I think he's still giving a little bit of lip. But I don't want to take off any more of the beard. Bottom beard, that is. And I think detailing this is going to have to, when I do my detailing. See, I don't have I have my visor here, but I don't want to put it in. I'm going to be putting it on and doing the eyes. But right now, straight down. Like that. With the tip. Don't be turning that tip or twisted. Just straight down. Straight down. Now you're going to be careful because there's going to be a little bit of turn in here. Or if you want to, you just go straight. Now you can do a little bit of turn, just a little bit. And like I said, I'll probably come back. I think the lip is a little much better than the two. One I just did is better than, yeah, this one he's still too lippy here. Yeah, here the lip kind of disappears when you're looking on the side there. Okay. Now the nose, I want to kind of get that off just to get kind of done. And now this is what I want to do. This is one of the main reasons why you got this 20-degree angle cut here. And again, there'll be more cleaning up later. You can do this now or when you're ready to clean, as you put this mark just straight down here, just a little bit. Don't cut too deep. And you come back this way. And then cut number 3. And it gives it a little nostril. Or nostril hole. The breathing hole. Oops, I need a little more. All right, we're going to have to get in there again when it comes to detailing and cleaning up. But at least we got it started. And then I want to do something like this, just a little bit. I think that's a lot of it because of the way the grain is. Be careful the way the grain is. Just a little bit of that turn up on top. Again, more detail later. Detail knife. Ah. The booger out of there. Okay, so far so good. Okay, I'm going to do the eyes darn close to the end here. Let's get the top of the hat done. And I want to get things ready for, I'm going to do the shoe and then other odds and ends. And then what I want to do is straighten out, make sure all of the white, the fur and the beard and all that is ready to put the chisel on. Let's clean it. I got it close to me. What I'm doing is this. So here, let me get this done. Let me get it. I'll try to come out a little bit here. Might even leave it a little bit like that. So I'm kind of a little roundness here. Yeah, I was going to take out too much if I kept going. Depends on how deep I want this to be. In fact, after I get the tufts in, the fur in, I want to get to the tree. You know, I want to make sure this is straightened out. Again, I want this to be, because that's what I'm doing. I'm getting ready for getting my chisel and starting to get the fur and the beard in. So I think I might need my detailing knife. I think I can still straighten this out. So there's some odds and ends again, but I'm going to, oh, here I'm going to do this. And, well, I'm on the other side. I'm going to go in. Now we're going in. You just one little at a time. I don't want to slip and hurt myself here. Got that there. Am I still good? The camera. So that lifts this up. Again, we're going to do some undercutting in the details. And more in the adjusting. I did have this here. Like I said, I'm going to have to work with the boot. Like I said, the boot and tree is what I got left, other than putting in the fur and the eyeballs. I'll come back with the shoe. I want to take care of, like I said, the fur first. But I got kind of lost doing this. Come back over here. Same thing. Oh, I did get this started. I remember that, getting it started. Rounding. Rounding. All right. rounding still. Now here. Because this has got, the shoe's got to go in, but I'll have to get to that later, the boot. Do the same over on this side here. Okay, I think we got the fur going. Let's do the boots quick. Now, remember I have the boots kind of sticking out a little bit. Let's start with that, just because there's still saw marks, so we're going to do 2 birds with 1 stone. Just a little turn. Oops. See, like that. Just a little turn. Okay. Now we need some boot shape here. Come on, oh, this is almost getting started. Boot shape. Now here you notice, like I said, let's do the little one first, and we'll make the bigger one look like the little one. Too bad this wasn't the bigger one, because that's the one that's got the mistake. Oops, broke into that. I think we still got enough. And then just a little bit of this. Turn. There, we got the stepping part, and then we got the ankle part. Just a little bit. All right. Now let's do that here. Probably give it a little more extra bag. Rounding the heel, taking out the rest of the saw marks. This one can be a little more cut, a little more. Need some straightening out of the hand. Okay, take that off. Now what we want to do is, one is still a little bigger. One more cut. right, this is where a little further down there, heel. There we go. And again, a little more shaping here and there. Oh, that's right. I did turn that, so I did get the saw marks off. Ooh, I forgot to do the same over here because I want to where the stepping part and the ankle part, the bottom part or the sole and the ankle. Forgot that. Okay. Same here. Same here. Okay, now we take the V, a small V, just a little bit up off the shoe, or off the bottom, pardon me, I'm sorry. Going the wrong way. I don't know if I can get in there, so we're just going to call it good. But for the heel, we still want this. But we still want the sole that's above the heel. More cleaning up later, because see, this is what we're going to do here. Up and over, and then the heel. There we go. Oops. Yeah, that's right. Just didn't see that. Okay, same here. Up above the heel, and then there's the heel. Now what we're going to do here is, we can still have it as, I'm still going to play with it a little bit, but we can still have it as his boot is well worn. Let's get the stump in here, round it just a little bit, round it just a little bit. Let's get the pencil mark off. Now that kind of bent a little bit there, because that fell off there. That chipped off. So if I would have cut a little bit here, I don't think that helped. Okay, the tree. Make sure it is shaped the way I want it. As we're coming to a finale with the tree, and around it. I said I did want to bend a little bit, so I'll bend it. Oh, are we in? That's what I'm doing, just shaping the tree, rounding it. Okay, there's the tree. Oh, we got the sun coming in again. We just can't win. I mean, we had the day where the sun is behind the cloud, then comes out, and now what I'm going to do with the tree, I'm going to do a few things here, and then you can do this on your own. It's just a bunch of these. You could use a V if you want. Just a bunch of these. Let me get up there. Just don't want to waste your time. I probably get more the V tool in than anything else. It's your choice, either this, because it adds more, it's not as mechanical, or use my, where's my V? Do the same thing with the V. Mind the direction of the grain. Maybe a little one here. Let's put a little. So just putting that kind of in the cuts in the tree and go around to different places. Okay, there's that. Now one more thing is the bag. Or another thing is I'm just going to put some couple of these. Now, I don't want the top to be perfect. All right. Now, add a little more knife to it. Maybe you could either knife, or you could probably use a round tool. But since this is imperfect, it goes in all other kind of different directions. And then come in here. Get a little bit more deeper here in some shadowing. There, I'm going to bring this around, make sure that it's tight. The cords are tight. And then all I'm going to do is this. Now, as for the bag, that's up to how we want to do this. You know, to get those marks off, so what I'm going to do, and put some, like something going on in there. Now, if you want to have a teddy bear coming out, there's plenty of room with the teddy bear or dolly. Now, I'm going to do, while we got it here, is I want to put this thumb in. I'm going to do the same thing here. He's just got his hand closed. Let me clean this a little bit here more. My V. V. So this is straight up and down. There's going to be some adjustment going on anyways. Well, we could have away from the thumb, or away from the thumb and onto the hand, because you want the thumb to come up a little more. And there's, again, a lot of adjustments here and there. I just want to get the brunt of a lot of this stuff here. I don't have a good, like I said, I don't have a, I keep forgetting to bring a good brush. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna do the cleaning up and detailing later. I just want to get the major stuff going on here, but I do want to show you the depth because you want the bag to round. All right, now next thing is I want to take my, again, my round tool. I'm going to start with the beard, and I just want to up. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop doing this. I'll have you do all of that. And here with the wool, fur, just do this little scoop here. Here as much as you can. Here it goes sideways here. Along the side, not up and down. Same with here. Here. Yeah, I don't want to waste your time with me doing that because I want to get straight to the eyes here. And I'm going to need to take my reading glasses off, put my regular bifocals on, and my visor. Okay, where are we? We're going to be doing a lot of banging here to get to figuring out what's the best way to do this here. I get my picking tool. Cleaning up first. Yeah, a lot of that just because I'm bringing my head up to see if I'm still in. Oops. That kind of chipped off. Wanted to round it better. And I want to do a little bit of a chip cut here and here. Get out of there. Just so we can get started here with the eye. Like I said, I'm going to do the eyes relatively quick because I've done these many times on my videos. Many times in my videos. I'm just going to come up this way and just kind of put the eye in, make sure the other side looks just about the same size. I'm going to have a little bit to come down here and go up, come down here just a little bit. Oh, geez, I'm off here. Yeah, this is, okay, now I take my knife and I follow. Like I said, a little bit down and then straight up to that head where that edge come together. See how this looks to me here. Come up, down. going to do just a little bit of this, just a little bit of this, and then go from here down to that point. Okay. Then I cut here, just a deep there, a deep there, and a deep there. Turned it upside down. A deep here, and here, and here, and here. And then we take these little chips out. Little chips out. Turn it around, take these little chips out. And then over here, we're going to round this. So we're going to go from the bottom up at the top of the eye. So in other words, the top down. In this case, since it's upside down, but what we want to do is we want the eye to be higher up on top. Get that along. Again, I think I'll be doing quite a bit more of adjustments, but we're out of there. Keep the eye getting round. Same with over here. Okay, so bottom up, down. Again, I'm going to be doing much more touching up than what I'm doing now. Trying to keep that ball as round as possible. My ball. And I'm going to take my knife and just, I mean, you can take your round tool, but I like to take knife and just a little bit. I think I got some fixing to do here. When it comes to touching up, I got some fixing to do. Same here, I'm just kind of rounding a little bit. Now I want to take some of this off. See which direction to go. A little bit of this off. A little bit of this Frankenstein creature forehead here. My little chisel for the eyelid. Up and around just like that. Where are you? Like that. I just came up. And I come down a little closer to the eye there. Where are you? And then over here, I want to start in the middle. It's be easier for me to start in the middle on this eye for some reason. All right. Take the tip of our knife about a 10-degree angle away. Flip it over, 10-degree angle away towards the first cut. Cutting that little. See a little shading. See how that works there? I like that. Now you don't do this on the ladies, that's for sure, or younger or whatever. But the older, you do this nice sharpness. All right. I think I might need to bring this out a little more. There. And at the same time to make the other one, bring that in. Okay, there we get. There we are. Okay, now I want to do this. I want to do one of these. See, away from kind of the shape, triangular, away from the brow, together, and hopefully that'll pop out. If not, then do it again. Now I want to take this corner off here. Take the anger off of him. Unless you want an angry Santa. Somebody's on the naughty list. I'll straighten this out a little bit here. A little bit there. Now I want to come down on the forehead, but keep the eyebrows raised. Kind of a caricature eyebrow, but when we take the chisel to make his eyebrow, that'll make it more furry. I'll take a little bit more of this, a little bit more of this out. Keep adjusting. A little bit more of this out. So what do we got here? Now see the eyebrow coming out? Now you can come back a little bit. I think we come back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's take our small chisel V again and just I'm trying to think. I think we got everything. Let me take my visor off. Other than, like I said, I'm gonna put the dents in later on my own here because I didn't want to waste your time going through all of it. But that's what we do. That's my big one. Like I said, this. I'll do a little bit more in the beard. Beard and hair. And you want to make it not straight up and down. Stagger it here and there. And then I'm going to come back like this. Just took off the last of that black mark there. Get in there. Now you can use any other tool you want with the mustache, but I'll still use this for the mustache. You go with the mustache, turn as it turns in. And turns out. Careful you don't. Make sure your chisel is sharp because when you go in the wrong direction, you'll snap that mustache off. Maybe a little deeper here and there. Like I said, a little. But I'm gonna end there. What I'm gonna do, and I'm pretty well done here. I'm going to just do some cleaning up and so on, and then I'll come back on what I did. See if I adjust the, let me see if I can adjust the arm just a little bit here. That kind of helped a little bit. I think that helped a little bit. And then make sure I'm going to be doing some of this and detailing and cleaning up. Again, we want some little shade going on there. Oh, I'm sorry, we got to do this on the arm. I almost forgot. That on the arm and this side here. That's cleaned up. This crease here. Round this a bit more. I think we are just getting her done. Cleaning up, detail, this and that. There could also be the possibility I might even experiment, cut that out and drill a hole and stick a dowel in there instead. Because it did kind of go off, didn't it? Hope yours is a lot better than mine. Oops, yours is a lot better than mine. Any more cleaning up details? Am I missing anything? But I'll clean it up and come back to ya. And here we are, we're done. I did all the picking and this and thatting and all that other kind of adjusting whatever. Here's my first try. I think this is my second try. I think I had a tinier one than this. You know, and then there's the patterns. It's really interesting how pattern is, well, for me, is only good for the cutout, and then to try to figure out where things are put. And even then here, I lifted the shoulder a little higher than what I have here. And the hat is a little higher. So everything is a little higher from the pattern. So everything is open when you do a cutout. That's the thing I like about cutouts. Everything is open. Let's get the light. Let's get some close-ups here. And I'm sure there's probably some more odds and ends, but like see the shadowing. Oops, there's some crap there. Shadowing between the temple and the beard, or the hair. The hat got kind of imperfect, but the hat's imperfect. Should be. You know, it just seems I got to the point where I'm done picking and this and that, and then here now that I even took the paper bag to it. I take all the boogers off, and still there's still odds and ends left to go on it. There's the shoe. Oh, he's got I think he needs a cobbler to fix his shoe there. And there he is. So I'll get this on the paint table so I can make patterns for you guys and get ready for the next one. I already got the next one. It's on the table here. I ain't going to show you till next time. There you are. And there's the colors. Standard colors. You could also, I've even thinking, if you want to put a star on there and put some bulbs or paint, that's really, well, I didn't want to do that because that was just too much. This is very generic. You could put like, I don't know, you could put like a holly on his hat, or, yeah, something on the, maybe you can have the doll or a teddy bear or something popping its head out. But this is just very generic. I mean, if I did do that again, I can make the head a little smaller and then have something popping out. And if I did do this, oh, I forgot to do that. I didn't drill. I cut that off. That got a little screwy. played with it a little bit, it got even worse. So I'm just gonna, very simple. I mean, I can get a drill bit in there. You could also leave it like that too. You know, maybe it came right up to, but I still want to get a little in there, little thing in there. It adds to it. But there it is. On to the next. There he is. A little more, last close up.